Hey guys, it is Mark Coe for the 9th of October. Just wanted to take a look at the opportunities that were around today in our markets here. Both just real quickly, a couple comments on euro and pound. Both euro and pound are now going to be firmly in the buy side. Overnight was a bit of a mixed picture in both. The preference coming into Asia and euro had been to buy bottom edge dips, and we started to turn negative, came back positive. It's going to be firmly to the positive. It looks like for late U.S. afternoon, and same with pound. Pound was a bit mixed and is now back firmly to the positive. So coming into Asia on Tuesday evening into Wednesday, the 10th of October, those will both prefer the preference of euro and pound longs, dollar shorts. That would be the preferred direction to be focused on trade. Want to take a look at a couple what I thought were decent opportunities today. One of those being in the E-minis. The trouble with E-minis on U.S. session was just kind of the move we got back toward the bottom side to get involved. But let's just kind of go over what was there. So the E-minis, this is what we had walking in today. So we knew it was long bias. We knew walking into the day it was long bias. That was the same bias that was in place from yesterday, right? So we got a nice little reaction in the zone. Been looking at it, talked about it in the morning brief, was about 68 to 74. That was your zone. So you can see again a nice little reaction, but this was way early. This was not during US hours, and that was really the trouble. So I'm going to talk about this risk reward standpoint. So again, this is the edge. Very easy heads up. The same thing I talked about in the video last night, same level right at the top of that edge. What I'm talking about now is what trade was available during U.S. session on Tuesday, and it wasn't really at that price point. It was higher. So, the idea that you're going to pay up and pay the momentum, it really goes against the approach and the methodology. So this is early U.S. session. This is 8:30, and you can again see the pricing. You're 28.80. So you're having to look down here below 67 for stops. That all of a sudden makes your risk reward very different, and it does get a really nice push up, 20 points higher. So you can't argue that it actually followed through. It's just about what is your risk versus reward and what is the approach you're willing to follow. So to me, it's about if your approach is not there, if your criteria is not met, there's just simply no trade. And the pullback again was very quick. It pulled into 79. I can see a more aggressive approach being able to get hold of it, but it's not something that I was able to qualify as a trade in here. And then the only other kind of recognition within the E-minis was some profit taking up near this 2900 level, and we saw that a couple times during the U.S. session. So first opportunity in there pulls back, you see 86s and then back again to 99. So really kind of well diagnosed little area between 95 and the figure that came from the U.S. Open report. The only other kind of short-term opportunity, as I said, kind of the focus here would be on crude oil and E-minis during U.S. session, just because you're seeing some volatility there. Crude actually has sat with this sell bias for the better part of the U.S. day, and the only real opportunity, and I'll show you on kind of a shorter term basis what we saw here. Let me just get down to a shorter term chart, but it was trade off this 75 area, and that was really the only opportunity. Here's your 75 area. So this is what I called out in the room with the sell bias into 75, and that was all you got from a reaction standpoint. So you just didn't get a massive reaction. From that point, crude starts to go long count, go buy count, all short term, but again, it maintained the sell bias. So that was the only real opportunity at that edge during U.S. session to take sell count. So the reaction was just a mere 30 plus ticks. It just wasn't a massive reaction. There was some profit there if you were quick, but again, not massive reactions. And then we see the further upside. So all in all, not by any means a bad day, just much smaller profits. So for Tuesday, the 9th of October, that'll about do it. It's midday here in the U.S., and I hope you guys had a good day, and hopefully there'll be a little more opportunities tomorrow. Cheers, guys.